Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this EDJO wired keyboard and mouse combo. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. If you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, so let's get this open. So there's the keyboard, here's the mouse. So there are lots of keyboard options out there. There's wired, wireless, some have RGB lights, there's different fancy switches and things like that. And those can be very nice, but sometimes people just want a basic keyboard and mouse, and I think this is made to fill that need. Here you have a basic keyboard, basic mouse, wired connections. So I use wired and wireless keyboards at different times. Wireless keyboards are nice, but they can be finicky, and there's nothing more reliable than a wired keyboard and mouse. You plug them in and you're good to go. You don't have to think about them again. You don't have to mess with batteries. So let's take a look at this stuff up close here. Here's the mouse. You have two buttons and a scroll wheel. Doesn't get simpler than that. It's an optical mouse. There's no DPI settings on this. There's no side buttons, okay? And I would consider that an advantage for this, because if you're looking for a basic mouse, you don't want all those things. Now, you can click that middle wheel for a middle button. And then here we have the keyboard. Basic keys, they feel really nice. They're easy to press. You have a standard QWERTY keyboard here, and then you have the standard multimedia buttons. Let's look at the bottom. It has this integrated wrist rest. It doesn't come off, it's one piece. I like that. We do have feet to raise up the back. We have the wire coming out the back. So let's get this connected up to one of my computers. Here I have my MacBook Pro. I'll set that here. This has two USB ports. Now if you need more USB ports, you can get a hub. Now if you're using like a Tower PC or an Intel NUC or something like that, those tend to have lots of USB ports, like at least 4 or more. So I'm plugging one of these on each side. Now on the Mac, it's coming up with a keyboard assistant. So I'll use the mouse here to click through that. I'll just hit continue. It's asking me to hit to the right of the left shift and to the left of the right shift, and I'll hit done. And now the keyboard's ready to go. So on a Mac, I want to hit Win Tab, and I can switch between applications. I can hit Win Spacebar to bring up search. But you may notice that on a Mac keyboard, the command is next to the spacebar, and on this one it is not. So you can't program this keyboard, but you can easily go on the Mac and configure that. So I'm going to open up the system settings. Let me zoom in on my screen here. Then I'll go into the keyboard settings. I'll click on modifier keys. Where it says option, I'm going to change that to command. Where it says command, I'm going to change it to option. And we'll hit OK. So this is really only needed if you're using this on a Mac. If you're using it on a PC, it will just work as expected. And that's not just this keyboard. That's common with a PC keyboard on a Mac. If you want that key next to the space to be the command, you can easily swap those there. Okay, so now I can hit Alt Space and we'll bring up that search. Now on some keyboards, you can swap these buttons. These look like they're shaped slightly different, and I'm just going to leave it. It's not a big deal. I don't look down at the keys. I just know where they're located. So now let's bring up a word processor. I can type pages, it will bring up pages. I just hit Command Space to do the search. Bring up a new document. Now I can try typing with this. So that typed very nice, just like a quality keyboard would feel. No problems there. Sometimes keyboards are like more compact designs and things like that. This is a standard size keyboard, like IBM style keyboard. So if you're used to that, you'll fit right into this. So it did come with a little manual, and we do have some specs. You can read through some of those, but it's compatible with Windows and Mac. This would also be compatible with Linux. You could even plug this into some TVs, portable projectors, video game systems. Anything that supports a USB keyboard will work with this. The key life is 10 million keystrokes. We have the dimensions and weight there. Here are the specs on the mouse, and here's the multimedia keys. So some of the multimedia keys will not work on a Mac, but we can try some of them. Let's see. We have the music button. So I'll press function down here. I'll hit the music button. Okay, that did nothing, but next to it we have the volume buttons. Those work. We have mute. We have track forward, track back, play, stop. Okay, so the music button might have worked. It might have opened iTunes. Let me try that again. Okay, when I hit function play, it opened up music. Then we have home, not sure what that is. We have email, so I'm not sure if these other ones work, but this also has your caps lock, your num lock and all that, and the indicator lights are above the numeric keypad. Of course, this also comes with that mouse. It's a modern optical mouse. It feels very nice, works very well. You can right click to get the context menu up. A lot of CAD programs would support the middle button. You can press down on that scroll wheel. So that's the EDJO wired keyboard mouse combo. If you're looking for a basic wired keyboard and mouse combo, I think this is a great option. So I used to do IT support, and we'd spec out computers for people, and we'd have a keyboard and mouse very similar to this. They were black, they had the same functionality, and they worked great for people. Now occasionally we might have a client that would want to swap out the mouse or want a different keyboard, but most of our clients would use what we gave them, which was very similar to this. Like I said, you have a wire here. It's very reliable, very robust. These things will last a long time, and they're very easy to use. So these would be great for anyone wanting a basic keyboard mouse, but they're also good for labs, public computers, like if you're a hotel, like a hotel lobby computer, libraries, things like that. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you can do that. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.